Steve-O.
Hello.
Big Q, what's the word, man?
What up, Kev?
Man, the Bears suck. That, they suck. The Bulls had another comeback win from double digits, and their reward for that is playing the Cleveland
Cleveland.
Cavaliers tonight. And Blackhawks got a win against Minnesota, which was so surprising. So we'll talk about that and any other Chicago sports updates right after the intro. What's the word, Chicago sports fans? Love being a Chicago sports fan, but either way, welcome to another episode of Chi-Town Sports Central. It's your boy Big Kev along with Steve O and Big Q. I guess we got to get into it, man. Let me get this thing off real quick. But I guess we got to get into it. Chicago White Sox, Chicago Bears are just. Um, we knew they weren't a good team after the way they've been playing the last few weeks, but to go and allow the New England Patriots to come in and dominate in every facet of the game, everybody needs to be held accountable. Not just Caleb Williams, not just Eberflus, but even the defense was out there just letting these guys run all over them as usual. They had another 100+ yards given up on the ground. I guess we got to talk about it. Chicago Bears, who want to go first?
It's just this is this is what it is, man. To be a Chicago fan, like that game was honestly just one of those games where you look and go, "Have we done anything in the last few years? Like anything at all to make a team that's better?" Like the, the Patriots looked like they were championship contending team against us. That's just sad. I mean, Caleb, I don't know what it is, but whenever he's down, he somehow doesn't know how to throw the ball accurately whatsoever. But then I can't even blame him because he's getting sacked 6, 7 times in a game. Like, there's so many broken pieces to this team, and it all starts with the offensive line. But I've lost all trust in this team of just winning anything the rest of the year.
When you have a broken when you have broken leadership, you got a broken team. That's as simple as what it is. That's what you seen yesterday. A lot of people gonna wake up this morning, have the whole rhetoric of, "Oh, you still have to play. Oh, you still have to be a team." I done told y'all this team don't care for this coach no more. And when the team don't care for a coach no more, this is what happens. They play like they don't care, and that's what I seen yesterday. They didn't care. The defense didn't care. They did enough either within that. They tried. They knew they was gonna get gashed. Still got turnovers. Still held them within 19 points. Still showing they a good defense. But I told y'all, eventually, no matter how it is, when one side is upholding one side more than the other, eventually that's gonna fade away too. That's just the nature of the beast. And at the end of the day, it's signs to make a change. If you want to salvage anything that's going to happen in this season, you're going to have to make a change at your head coach. It's most importantly at your OC. Because at the end of the day, your OC is going to get your quarterback killed. We
And the
we just we just let one of the worst rushing attacks in the league get 9 sacks.
2 weeks in a row because Arizona was another team that didn't get pressured, and the head coach is going to get him
Till
killed
they
too
got us.
because there's no reason for Caleb Williams to be in the game with less than 2 minutes to go and down 2 scores, 3 scores, taking 3 more sacks for no reason. And Caleb Williams is not blameless here. Like he's still
Not
showing signs of holding the ball too long, not hitting his checkdowns, so on and so forth. But for all the fans out there that's like, oh, Caleb Williams is a bust. Oh my God, Caleb Williams sucks. You would suck too if every time you drop back, it's a defender in your face. You would be missing your check downs too if every time you drop back, it's somebody standing right in front of you, like, "Hi, nice to meet you." And it all culminated in one of the defenders for New England helping him up, not a Bears player, not a teammate, but a op helping him up and patting him on the head like, there, buddy. There. This team is trash. Absolute garbage. And now they're doing what they weren't doing earlier in the season, and they're losing to trash teams.
This ain't trash, bro. This is broken.
Oh no, it's trash.
It,
That's why it was trash flying
it,
around the field yesterday.
nah,
Because
it ain't
was
trash because
they was
that's
trying to get close to
disrespectful to
them.
trash teams. Like
No, trash.
Pittsburgh, like not Pittsburgh, Patriots is trash. Like those are trash teams because they're trash. Talent wise, we're not trash. We're broken because we have a dumbass coach. That's what it
It's
is.
definitely it's definitely indicative of your coach. The coach is a lame duck coach, and again, there's a reason why you don't bring in a number one overall pick to be coached by a guy that had only 10 wins in his head coaching career.
Yeah.
He didn't deserve to still be at the helm of this ship. He needed to be fired before the season started, and that goes back to Ryan Poles, and we talk about that over here. Go ahead, Q.
Yeah, I mean, well, one, yeah, he should. I mean, the fact that he's still not fired is crazy after that game.
I don't believe in Poles no more.
When you think about it, even the announcers in the game were calling out the coach. They said it. They were like, whenever he has a quick pass that he has options, they're like, you call 2 or 3 of those in a row, he looks great, and then you go back to more plays where he's not doing that. Like, I don't. It's like they give him plays that work, and then they decide those worked. Let's open the playbook again and just start right back where we were. Second, Kmet has just disappeared. I don't know what he said to the coaching staff, but like the fact that he's getting targeted once a game it's a fireable offense in itself.
Well, right now, Eberflus is saying stuff like, "Oh, the offensive play caller change is on the table."
I said that last week.
Right now, they're saying that Eberflus isn't even going to talk at 10:45. It's been pushed back to noon. His press conference.
It better be because he's getting fucking fired. I hope so.
I hope so too. I hope he come in and say that he's been relieved of his duties. And I'm mad at the reporters because after the game they should have been asking questions like, "Hey, you've been handed the keys to a team with the most talent that we've seen in years. Do you think you still deserve your job?"
I can't even do it because Herb Howard grilled the motherfucker. He still gave a lame duck answer. He literally said, "Dude, are you willing to be fired?" I'm not. This is verbatim out of his mouth. Are you willing to be fired to not changing your OZ? Oh, we're looking at everything. We're gonna go. You've been saying that for weeks.
Yeah,
we don't believe you.
This is also an organizational failure. People are wondering if Caleb Williams is broken. I don't think he's broken to the point where he can't be fixed, but he's definitely being shattered. He definitely has some broken pieces, some shards right now. Can he be put back together over these next 8 weeks? We're gonna have to figure it out because it's not looking good for the young fella, and he's out there being outplayed by every other rookie quarterback that was drafted, from Bo Nix to Jay Daniels to Drake May, in terms of those guys, because we're not including like Spencer Rattler and all those guys. But at the end of the day, the Chicago Bears organization has yet again put a talented quarterback in the crosshairs of the world.
Yep.
And they're letting him down. They're failing Caleb Williams. I'm not one of those people that's just going to sit here and absolve Caleb Williams of all of his faults and flaws, but I don't expect the rookie to be faultless and flawless. I expect the organization to put him in a position to succeed, and they have yet to do that. There were play calls yesterday that were fireable during the game. Like that one play call where they literally just moved, just everybody just shifted to the left and Caleb got sacked. That right there was enough to have Kevin Warren come down from the press box, go over the chain walls and say, give me your gun and your badge.
Yep. Turn your shit in now.
Give me your clipboard. You got to go. Because for everybody that's out there like, oh, Caleb sucks. Okay.
What do I do in that situation?
Okay, sure. You leave 2 defensive ends uncovered. Nobody's guarding them. And it's like,
What do I do?
what is he supposed to do? You have play calls that literally do not utilize the middle of the field whatsoever. You're not even playing to the strengths of the players that you have on the team. No slant routes, no mesh plays, nothing, nothing. Like my 6-year-old can call better plays than Shane Waldron, bro. My dog can call better plays. She can be out there and get her earbud on better
Fact.
than Shane Waldron, bro. Like it's annoying to see someone who we've seen the talent, we've seen him stand in the pocket and throw play. We've seen it earlier in the season, and now that boy, every time he drop back, you hear footsteps every single time, and it's not imaginary.
Yep.
And I think this is a clear example why I need Bears fans and other fans around the world to. This is a clear example of why these quarterbacks ain't making it to be what y'all expect them to be. Y'all do this, especially Bears fans. Y'all did this for every single quarterback since Jay Cutler. Y'all think these quarterbacks are just supposed to get your ass and outplay and play through some of the dumbest shit in the world. And because they're just a talented player, they're supposed to figure it out. It
No, but
don't work that way.
he's not throwing into the underneath routes. He's overthrowing the
You
ball.
can I'm about to say you do realize you can coach players out of doing the right things, right? If they're constantly getting plays that's taking them out of rhythm, they're going to be looking out of rhythm as hell. That's why he's looking out of rhythm. The reason why he's not sitting here taking those dump down passes like he was doing against the Jags, because every third down you got Keenan Allen running 15 yards to the fucking numbers.
That's like you're not even giving them a chance. You're not even giving him a chance. You're trying to do stuff that the offensive line is incapable
Can't
of
do.
replace of covering for them. They cannot hold their blocks for the 4 or 5 seconds that you need them to for them to get downfield. They can't do it.
Yeah.
Man, you keep going away from shit. Stop. If what like Q just said, how many times the commentator said, bro, if they ain't beating you, if they ain't figured it out, stop going away from it. Every time we had something positive away, we went away from it. They didn't beat us, we went away from it.
And that's I think that's something that not just Bears fans, all fans need to, but Chicago fans in general. We need to understand that yes, there's blame on Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams can throw the ball better. Caleb Williams
Yes.
can look better. He can make better decisions. All of these things are true. But these are all things you expect for your rookie quarterback to need to do better. The issue is normally throughout the year, you make them better at these things. And instead, the Bears are going, you need to get better. We're not going to protect you. You're going to get hit almost every play. You're always going to be rushed, but you just got to figure it out. Just in the
We ain't
fire.
gonna scheme. We're not gonna scheme players open for you. You gotta figure it out.
And this and the
You
nine
gotta be
sack,
the number one pick.
and of those 9 sacks, maybe 2 of them was Justin's fault. I'm not Justin or Caleb's fault. The reason why I said Justin is because it was the same stuff with him.
It's the same fucking rhetoric.
Yep.
But y'all
I could
swear to
say
God, this
Mitch.
dude wasn't the same person.
I could say Mitch too. It was the same stuff, bro. The same stuff. That's why I say it's organizational. And as fans, we deserve better.
Yep.
We deserve better. We don't deserve to have our Sundays revolve around Dookie. We don't. Our wives don't deserve to see us all salty and mad for the rest of the day. Our kids don't even need to have to like. We could have done something else with our time yesterday with those 3 hours. Like we could have done something
That is true.
else. We don't have to get up and like, oh, we got the New England Patriots, the worst team in the NFL. They suck in all aspects except when they play the Bears. Now they're all Madden. Now they all Madden. Now everybody's all pro. They had special teamers getting sacks. Special teams.
Them
So
motherfuckers only get in for goddamn blocking punts and they getting sacks.
so you can blame Caleb all you want. You can blame Caleb all you want. But if you continue to ignore the organization top down, they're going to continue to sell you dookie sandwiches telling you it's pastrami.
Yep.
And you're going to keep eating it every year. Because when they fire Flus, which he will be, even though they got to pay him, they're gonna fire him. When they fire Waldron and they sell you this bill of goods and these dreams, you're gonna eat it up, and then you're gonna blame Caleb Williams for when it fails again. If they don't address the offensive line, so
Yep.
on and so forth. There pose Kevin Warren. If heads don't roll today, just expect a hailstorm from not just us, but ESPN, and not just here in Chicago, but the national
The
media
fucking
all over.
media.
Yep.
The doggone Vatican is gonna have something to say about
Because
this.
it's really getting to a point where we're not talking like, oh, we just can't figure it out. Like when people talk about it, it's like that child that you just can't figure out. It's like we can't figure out what the fuck wrong with us. Like when you start getting rhetoric, like it's the same old cycle and it's the same. Like at this point, I'm not even to bring up George no more because George ain't gonna fucking stop being George. George ain't gonna never just get a coach that means well for this team. Get a GM that means well for this team. Get a president that's no nonsense. You know why? Because you're not no nonsense.
And speaking of no nonsense, the Bears might not win another game this year.
Nope.
It is what it is.
They keep looking like this. They definitely not gonna win another. And it's gonna get. They keep looking like they looked yesterday. We scored 3 points in the. It's
But
about to
if
be a long.
19 consecutive possessions without a touchdown, 2 straight games without a touchdown. Caleb Williams out there looking like, look, I can't even say the last pick of the draft because that was Brock Purdy, and he's a lot better than that. So there's no reason to make a team like New England look as good as the Bears made them look yesterday, except for the fact that it's the Bears. All right, y'all. Y'all already know what it is. Go ahead, head over to Chicago Bears Central for more news and analysis and updates with Hayes and the guys over there. I wouldn't be. I mean, like, y'all support us more than y'all should be supporting the Bears, and we appreciate that. Chicago Bulls this weekend. They had another game in which they needed to fight, scratch, and claw and come all the way back to get the W. They were down by, I think, at this time, what, 18 points
It was
uh
18.
in the game, and they said, you know what, we're gonna go out there and get another win when we shouldn't. And again, the bench was part of the reason that it occurred versus the Atlanta Hawks. And Iota, it just seems like with Trae Young out there, he becomes an all-star. So they got the win, 125 to 113, after falling behind big and just dominating the rest of the game. 35-point fourth quarter from Chicago Bulls, kind of reminiscent of what happened to them when they played the Minnesota Timberwolves. Well, their reward tonight is the doggone undefeated Cleveland Cavaliers. Cleveland is coming to Chicago, so we're not that good at home. We're 1-3 at the crib, and these guys are clicking on all cylinders. Even though they barely won the last game they played versus, I think it was the Brooklyn Nets. They fought all the way back to get that win. They were down by double digits themselves, but everybody's hooping for them. Whether it's Donovan Mitchell, Darius Garland, Jared Allen, Evan Mobley, people coming off the bench. Do the Bulls have a chance tonight versus the Cleveland Cavaliers?
No, they don't. They never have a chance against a team like this right now. Like even last game, they won last game, but I can't even give them a happy good job because in reality, the issues with the Bulls are they're winning those games, but they're showing why they're still a bad team. You should not be going down 18 to 20 points every game. Like that's just I think they've lost. I think they've been behind at least 18 points in every single game this year.
Yeah, they've only won one first quarter, and that was the game versus Minnesota, in which they were in control for 3 quarters and then blew it in the fourth. But the Chicago Bulls have been playing from behind in all 10 of their games.
Yeah, and even the game they won at the end when they won the first. At the end when they got blown out, they were still down by like 20. Like they have to go down at least once in the game, whether it's to win it or to lose it. Like they got to go down by 18. I don't know why they don't know how to play basketball if they're not super far behind. And like when they do play good, they look amazing. That's the messed up part. Like they look terrible. They go down by 20, and then they become this whole new team that looks like they can make a great run in the playoffs until they catch up. Like
Steve,
It's the same.
what did I say this team was going to be this year?
They fucking fun bad.
they're not even fun bad anymore.
Oh, yeah.
But they are. They the definition of fun bad, and when fun bad teams have a thing in common, they usually coach bad. That's the main problem. Like the reason why we don't look like we can't get no better is because it's the fucking coach.
Mhm.
Keep going down because it's the fucking coach. That everything you've seen is something we've been seeing the last 4 years. It's because of the fucking coach. It is what it is. I don't even have there is nothing to be critical and analysis about this team. We didn't set it all. They're gonna be fun bad. They're gonna have poor defensive spurts, and they're gonna have good offensive spurts. But at the end of the day, they're not gonna win many games because they don't know how to win under Billy Donovan.
And here's the thing: Zach LaVine came back last in that game, and if they didn't have Zach LaVine, it would have stayed a blowout.
They would have lost.
Yeah, like he's the cog that makes this team go. He's the one that can go get that bucket that they need when they need a bucket, even though he's limited in that as well because he makes things hard for himself. Kobe's too inconsistent. I remember last year when he had his breakout season, I was saying that he was still inconsistent because he started off slow and then he picked up like around mid-November all the way through like January, and then he finished up and down. And that's just what we're going to get from Kobe, especially with teams key in on him. If he's out there without a Zach LaVine, he's going to have a rough season. Ayo turned it around last game too, but he's been having a rough season. This is the type of team that you can't have one player have an off night. And this is one of those games the other day versus Atlanta where everybody contributed. I think they had 6, 7, 8 players with double figures, and that's the type of they got to have that type of season for the Chicago Bulls. So tonight versus Cleveland, I say they do have a chance to win because they've shown us that they can play with the teams that they've played with, whether it's good teams or bad teams. They've shown that they can compete, especially when you got a full complement of players, with the exception of Alonzo Ball, who, of course, his hand injury is worse than what it was when he first got injured. So, of course, he's going to be out longer than they first said. Of course, that's just Lonzo Ball. But at the end of the day, the Bulls got a chance, especially with the way Vooch is playing. Now, is he going to be able to do it tonight versus Evan Mobley and Jared Allen? That's going to be remain to be
Probably
seen.
not.
That's why I say they don't have a chance. The Bulls suck at stopping any points in the paint. Like this is
That's all they about to do tonight.
And then you got Donovan Mitchell who get to the rim whenever he wants. Like, this is going to be a bad game for
And
anybody.
Darius Garland is playing his ass off too. He's playing really, really well. So
this is why I want fucking Kenny Atkinson, but I was crucified when I said when Billy Donovan got hired and I didn't want the bastard.
Yeah, Kenny Atkinson has his imprint all over the Cleveland Cavaliers. And the Bulls are stuck with Billy Donovan trotting out this team. But again, I think Zach LaVine's going to step up. The Chicago Bulls and the Cleveland Cavaliers always play each other tough, regardless of the talent disparity. So we'll see tonight, man. But I think they got a chance.
Moral of the story: Chicago teams ain't good for our fucking mental health. If y'all can't see,
there's 3 things you can guarantee with Chicago teams. 1, Patrick Williams is gonna miss but Patrick Williams will miss a dunk. Zach LaVine's gonna dribble the ball off a foot.
Yeah.
And the Bears are gonna run a broken screenplay to DJ Moore.
Yes, and you can add
a
another
screen
one in
at that.
You can add another one. Kobe White is going to take a tough 30-foot step back 3
for no reason.
With 18 seconds left on the shot clock.
And Josh Giddey going to take a transition pull up 3 for no reason.
Yeah, it's things that we can do better. Out of shape, never played a professional sport in our lives. For all of our sports,
to the basket, nigga, for $20.
You feel me? I can put run a proper screen and roll. But if you guys want to,
the best screen set in the league, nigga.
No, y'all got it messed up. I'm taking Javon Carter's spot. Pay me to sit on the bench and come in and give you nothing. That's the perfect role.
I'll be water boy too.
I'll be just like him every shot. Yep, got you. I see y'all.
I wear 2 fucked up different 10-pair color shoes too.
In the hoodie. Don't forget the hoodie. Shout out to the Bulls though, man, for playing interesting basketball early in the season. We'll see if they can get a win tonight. They have been known to be streak stoppers over the last couple of years. So we'll see if they can keep that going. If y'all want to hear anything else about the Chicago Bulls, head on over to Chicago Bulls Central, where Hayes does a phenomenal job. Moving right along, we'll just touch on the rest of the teams. No Sky news. It's just it's off season for the WNBA. So like, if you hear anything, y'all let us know. But y'all can always follow Chicago Sky Central for any news and updates where Hayes and Steve-O hold it down over there. Chicago White Sox are still trying to trade Garrett Crochet. They haven't been able to do so yet, but look on the lookout for that over on Chicago White Sox Central. Chicago Cubs are still trying to figure out who they want to get in free agency. Could it be an ace pitcher? Could it be a middle relief pitcher? Are they going to get a bat into the lineup? It's going to be rough because their lineup is already set because everybody's coming back with all these no trade clauses and so on and so forth. But me and Mike are going to be holding it down on the episode later on today over on Chicago Cubs Central. So if you're not following that, go ahead and do that. Chicago Blackhawks last night got a big win. The Blackhawks, they playing a lot better than I thought they would to start the season. They're 6-9-1 right now. They're still near the bottom of the league, but they're not that far off. They're
One game in 2 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, no, they won 3 out of their last 5. They beat the Kings, the Ducks. They lost to the Red Wings and the Stars, and they just beat the Wild. And the Minnesota Wild are a pretty good team. I think they are.
Yeah, they won 10. They won 10 wins. They got 10 wins. So
Yeah, they 10-2. So that's a big win,
I
and
don't believe.
the Chicago Blackhawks won this game in overtime. This is one of those games that they just would usually lose so far this season, Steve. Well, they've been losing pretty much all of their one goal games, all the games where they were within one goal in the fourth quarter. The third period. They came out on top, and then they're 3 points out of third place in the Central. So it's just one of those. I mean, obviously they're not gonna be good. This is a team that's going to be better than they were last year, but not good enough to make the playoffs. But I'm not mad at how they started the season, and that was a
I,
big win
I
last
say
night.
I was just gonna say I just think this next week is gonna tell us what this team really capable of. They gotta play the Kraken. They gotta play Vancouver. Gotta play the Wild again at the end of the I think it's towards the end of the month, and they gotta play for the Panthers. So that they're gonna have some testing during this next couple games, but I think we gonna see. We gonna see what they turn out to be. Are they gonna have a little magic on Orlando Magic type of run this year? Who knows?
All right, man. If y'all want to hear anything else about the Chicago Blackhawks, head on over to Chicago Blackhawks Central, where the gang is holding it down over there. And then, of course, NBA Central, where we've been doing daily updates on NBA Central, some nightly episodes with NBA Central After Hours. And then, of course, the Shot Bulls podcast with Bobby and C Dub, who will be calling Chicago Bulls game live tonight. It'll probably just be C Dub again. Bobby's been on like a week-long birthday celebration. So happy birthday to Bobito, making it to the big 3. Oh my God, what a milestone, especially coming from Chicago, man. It's always good to see us making it past 25. All right, y'all. If y'all got anything else for the people.
Let's all pray.
Meditate.
Yep.
Go to church. Stay
Fire
prayed up.
Flus. Fire.
It was crazy watching them
Flus.
yell that. Social Fields.
That's crazy that we went from we want Fields to Fire Flus.
This
Ryan
motherfucker
Post.
was on the phone with Cap this morning, and his phone disconnected. Cap
Good.
said, "Your office is as bad as your fucking phone service."
Mm. Mm. Cap got to feel some type of way about Caleb too. The way he was talking about getting rid of Justin Fields. At least I believe, at least with Justin Fields on this team, the Bears would be 6-2 because he would have ran away from a lot of them sacks. They would
At
have
the
led
end
to
of the
scores.
day, like I've always told motherfuckers, the quarterback don't make is not the most important position. I don't care what nobody says.
The offensive line is.
Cause you can't the fact that people think that your quarterback is going to play in spite of a line and a coach is crazy to me. I just don't understand it. But yeah, see y'all tomorrow.
Peace.